What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a video that you guys have been on my case to create for some time. I'm going to be completely transparent throughout the whole of this video so you can see exactly what I did from A to Z in order for me to double a £500 account to a £1,000 account. I wasn't actually going to put this video out. The reason being, I do a couple of things in it that I kind of preach not to do. However, I want it to be completely transparent with you, show you exactly what it is that I do and how I done it from turning a £500 account to £1,000 and the mistakes that I make along the way so you guys can learn from it. Also, a lot of people won't do these kind of videos because they can't do it. So I want it to be completely transparent with you, show you exactly what it is I do from A to Z, the mistakes that I made and what I learned from the mistakes moving forward. Okay, so let's actually head into the video and I'm going to show you exactly what I did, each trade that I placed for every single day in order for me to be able to double my account in 2 weeks. So I managed to turn £500 to a £1,000 account in 2 weeks time. Okay, so let's actually head into the video. Okay, so this is my live trading account. Okay, so this is the small trading account that I've got here. As you can see, it's £1,169.78. I'm actually recording this the day after, or 2 days after I doubled the account. So I'd already done another trade on this, but we're going to show you that the statements from the 7th of December, from when I started, to the 21st, which is when I finished it. Okay, so IG Index are probably not the easiest people to do this with because they don't have monthly statements for some reason. So let's just actually go into the statement section now. So look, if I try and download monthly statements, it doesn't work. It says no data found. I don't understand why. It's very backwards. Even quarterly, annually doesn't work, but daily works. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is, because I managed to do this in 2 weeks, we'll go from the 7th all the way up until the 21st. So we'll just have to open it and download it daily. Okay, so I've downloaded the statement. This is my live account. This is a small trading account. I moved the funds over. I moved over like £534 or something, whatever it was. Reason why I've done that is because I'm quite OCD and I wanted my other live account to be a round number. I always do that when I withdraw money. If I withdraw if I have £15,000 in the account and it's £15,750 26p, I will withdraw that £750 and 26p just so I have a round number. OCD, but we move. All right, so let's start with the 7th. So let me click on the 7th now. Okay, so first things first, if we scroll down, if we have a look here, we scroll down to the bottom. I don't know what all this is about. This is just the deal that I placed. If we go down here, again, this is why I wasn't going to put the video out, because I was doing stuff that already at the start that I would never usually do, and it kind of messed up my win-loss ratio. So for some reason I bought Ripple. I don't know why. I then closed Ripple the same day. Very pointless. But then we went back to our normal trading strategy of the 230 trades, and that was a £106 profit and then another £10 profit, which brought the balance to £637.32. That was for the 7th. So then we go to the 8th. Okay, so balance brought over £637. This was 2 trades placed. We obviously was here at the European Open, so that was £11.16. I don't know what this trade here was for Wall Street, but then we got another one, Smart Sheet, again, my strategy, £62, £712 brought forward. So if we move on to the 9th, I'm just going to go through each one of these. I'm not going to go through every single trade while I was doing it, but I'm just basically showing you the effectiveness of my strategy and how it works and how you can do it properly. All right. So again, I remember this day actually. Balance brought forward 712. I remember this trade here, the lows trade. I thought it was going to be a long position. However, again, this is what I mean by learning from my mistakes. This trade wasn't doing anything. It was kind of just going up and down, up and down, up and down. So instead of just leaving it and letting it run, going nowhere, I actually cut it really quickly. And then I went long on GameStop because that was another stock that we had on the radar, and I went long on it. So that overall that day, I think I was up about 40 odd pounds. So we took the balance move forward of £756.20. Next day. So we have here another Wall Street trade, was a loss. I don't know what that was, 14.38, so maybe I tried to trade the open. Really, to be completely honest with you, I don't trade Wall Street on the open. I don't know why I was in this particular trade. Maybe there was nothing happening on that day. I don't know. But again, here, look, another day of actually following the correct strategy, which was GameStop. Again, another stock trade, which is what I do on a daily basis. I don't know why I was in Wall Street. Again, a mistake from my side. So £807.49 was brought forward. This is just me being completely transparent with you guys as well, because a lot of you guys say, oh, you never post your losses, or I want to see some losses. Well, here's a video of me showing you some of the silly stuff that I still make, but I make sure that they're just silly stuff and they don't completely ruin my day and they don't iron out my trading account. So this was a bit of a funny day, to be fair. I don't know what I was on this day. So down here, I lost on Neo. I was too keen with this trade. I remember it. It started to push on and I jumped in way too early. And he actually pulled back and went back down to the round number of 41.96. I then watched for the reaction of that round number, and it bounced off it. So I got long and then literally made my money back. And then, again, look, this is why I didn't want to do it. Triple dipped and then lost. But I kept that loss at very small, very, very small, and cut it very quickly when it stopped going in my favour. Again, whereas before, this is what I mean by learning from mistakes. Whereas before, I would have let that loss iron me out, and then I'd end up being down massively for the day, and then this challenge would have got more and more difficult, and I would have lost more money on that process. So again, cut it short, risk management's in place. I shouldn't have double dipped, triple dipped, but I did. All right, so look. So the next one's the 14th. There was no trades placed that day, so it just shows me the statement. It was just another statement, so we won't bother with that one. The 15th. So down here, we got another trade for Neo. Neo's a trade that I go to when nothing's happening in the markets. When the markets are quiet, Neo is almost a go-to that I would go to in order to trade Neo. I'm not sure what this is up here. Wall Street, minus £18. I don't know what that is. But again, this is a trade that I placed that day, and then the balance carried forward was £809.44. So the 16th. So the thing is with IG as well, they don't do your statements on the Friday. They send your statements out for the Friday and the Sunday. So that's why you're seeing some gaps in these statements. So again, another one here. I was quite busy this day, looks like. What was we doing? So we was on FTSE. We lost on the FTSE. That was 11:40 in the morning. I don't know what I was doing there. Again, not part of my strategy. Lesson learned. Wall Street at 2:30. Banked £14.20. Then American Outdoor Brands, which is my strategy. That was £100 bank, which is nice. Wall Street again, £3.80. £3. I think you can see the mindset that I was in that day. I was in an overtrading mindset. I don't know what I was doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades I placed that day. And it's very, very pointless because I'd made money at 2:30. And I don't know what I was doing going back into Wall Street. But again, I'm being completely transparent, and I'm showing you that we're not all angels. And it's about making sure that them losses are cut to a bare minimum. So we had 2 reds on Wall Street in the evening. So let's go now to the 17th. I think this is a bad day. Yeah, so looking at, yeah, so I had a GBP USD. Again, with this trade, right, I have two accounts. So I have my trading account and this trading account. This was a reason why I placed this long, was because there was news about Brexit being done. I placed it on my main account and caught it and got it in and made money. With this, I forgot that I was doing this, and then I tried to go in too late and it ended up going against me. So there's a perfect example of why your entries are so important. So I didn't bother trading for the rest of the day that day because £46 is a bit of a slap. So I left that and didn't bother trading for the rest of the day. But that just goes to show how important timing is with trading. Next one, we have Neo, which is, if you look down here, we had a good one. We had a £69.30 win. Then we had a Tesla's motor, which is £38.76. Then we had another Tesla and another Tesla. I don't know what I was doing with them, other small Teslas. But again, two really good wins, bringing our balance up to £920.30. Now this is the final day. So this was the biggest day for me, and I'm going to explain why. As you can see here, we had a monster short on GBP USD, okay? The reason why I shorted this was at the time, the news had just come out that London was going into full lockdown, okay? Tier 4 lockdown, completely shutting up everything. Now, GBP USD is a contract that I trade a lot with my main money because it is the most reactive to all of the news that's going on with Brexit and everything else. I run this, but I cut it really short because I could have run this a lot further and made a lot more money. However, I wasn't trying to be greedy because at the open, I wanted to free up my margin because I knew the FTSE was going to take a whack as well based on this Brexit news. With everything shutting, there's no money coming in for the country. I knew that it was going to be a pretty dire day for the markets. And then Germany, I don't know what I was doing with that. Then we had a Zoom trade, which you've seen on the previous video. That was buying it because everything shut down, and that would mean that only meetings would be done via Zoom. So I thought this would be a good time to purchase Zoom, okay? So that's all the statements. So as you can see, the balance finished on £1,117. So we started on 530 something and we finished on £117. And that took me 2 weeks exactly, well, 10 working days, because obviously you can't trade on the weekend, all right? So if we want to go into trade analytics, this is the good thing about IG Index. It shows you exactly what you've done and your trades and everything else. So if I click on trade analytics, okay, so I've pressed trade analytics, which is here, and I've got my custom date up from the date that I completed this challenge, okay? So as you can see, my total return from closed positions is £568.24, starting with 531. So we more than doubled our account between the 7th and the 21st. Okay, total adjustments, I don't actually have a clue what that is. Now this is the bit where I wasn't happy with, which is the win rate. 20 out of 31, 65%. Now I'm not going to make excuses for myself here. However, I was putting on trades that I would never usually put on, like the Wall Street trades. I don't know what I was doing with that. And in this particular case, I'm usually trading once or twice a day, hence why this has only been done over 31 trades. And a win rate of 65% is quite poor. But the important thing is that the bottom line is that you doubled the account. That's it. You know what I mean? So, and again, my return rate is 1.73, which is massive. So what that means is that my wins were a lot more than my losses. So I cut my losses very, very short, and my winners were run 3-4 times the length of my losses. Like for example here, GBP USD, £123, £54, £100. Then you have losses like these here, which were the mess ups, which again, the cable one, which is GBP USD, I was late. I forgot that I was even doing this. Neo was just a mess up, with no excuses with that. FTSE 100, I put that on at like 11:30 in the morning. I don't know what I was doing, to be honest. But again, this is just a complete transparent video of the real life of a trader, and the fact that it's not all glitz and glamour, that you make money on every single trade. The bottom line of this video is that I was able to double an account in 2 weeks. How I did it, it doesn't make a difference. Someone very close to me once said that you can have a win rate of 50% as long as your wins are more than double your losses or more than your losses. You can have a 50% win rate. So if we look up here on the cumulative total return, as you can see, it was a slow sort of grind up, come back down a little bit, slow grind up, come back down a little bit, then we push right on. So this is as transparent as it gets, guys, okay? And it is possible to do. I'm going to do this as almost like an episode series. So I'm going to do this as £500 to 1,000. Next one will be 1,000 to 2,000. Then it will be 2 to 4, so on and so forth. So I'm going to see how far we can turn £500 and how much we can turn it into, okay? All right, so I do hope that helps. As I said, I wanted to be as completely transparent with you guys as possible. I wasn't happy with the win rate ratio. However, it isn't as glitz and glamorous as people may make out on Instagram and social media, that you just make money on every single trade. The bottom line of this video is that I was able to double the account within 2 weeks. And it's proven that my strategy does work and that I'm learning from my mistakes. I wanted to make sure that you guys saw everything from A to Z, so there's nothing being held back in order for me to make this video, okay? So guys, I hope that helps. I'm gonna love and leave you all. Check out my Instagram because you'll see a lot more live trades on there. It's lockstocktom, and I'm gonna see you all very soon. God bless.